Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our Crusader Kings 3 run in the Princes of Darkness mod, which creates all manner of beasties. In particular, there's a focus on vampires, there's also werewolves, and tigers. Oh my. We are playing as a demon, Ares, the Archduke, the Grand Archduke, and we've gotten quite big. Last episode, in response to the Inquisition, we reformed our faith, although we probably should have chosen a different symbol other than a cross, but it is what it is. Where we kind of unified all of the 7 deadly sins under one banner. It's no longer the one of wrath, it is instead all of them combined, because we have gotten to the point where all the demons are willing to join us. Demons like this up here. This guy here, who was kind of the big bad lust guy, beautiful as he is, and now he is kind of on our side. We also had the demon of pride down here, who had joined us, and so we're getting the band back together, you know what I mean? We peaked in high school, now we're back to be the Lord of War, and we did this in response to the Inquisition. You can notice there's an event that kind of creates these cells of Inquisitions, and it's like, well, generalists, why don't you go and fight them? If we take a look at you know, kind of their numbers, their absolute huge numbers, that is a lot of boys. Now, I don't know exactly what the special soldiers are, but there's 250,000 of them, and as strong as our champions are, and as many of them as we have, this is a little bit spooky, and they've risen all throughout Europe. There's several places. You can see this, for example, is another Inquisition cell. I think this is the only one that arose inside of our territory, unless I'm missing something. Is this, nope, this is not an Inquisition cell, and so these are things to kind of keep an eye out for. All throughout Europe, any place where there's just kind of one random spot that doesn't, one of these places doesn't look like it belongs, is going to be one of the hunters in these kind of things, where they are now coming for the beasties and the vampires. As part of our religion, we did make sure to accept all the vampires, that way, you know, We'll take them in response to this Inquisition. Unfortunately, we misclicked and we left Korax and Gural in terms of the shapeshifters as criminal, but I guess we don't like them. You gotta be intolerant of someone. So without further ado, let's get into it. Also, at the end of last episode, we finally caught our nemesis, Camilla, whom we plan to ritually execute and turn into our Wraith. He is the man, of course, responsible for the destruction of Carthage. It is also his command that took down the city of Carthage. And this is why we have selected him as our enemy. We will, well, let's give him a good torture, which of course one does, and then we will execute him. And so, we will execute him and turn him into a Wraith. Oh, do we have to wait until we're done torturing him? Okay, that's fair. Alright. We're not done with you quite yet. We're not done with you quite yet. Alright, so, back to the prisons for him, and now we will execute him. And we could devour his soul. Does it even tell us what it gives us? Yeah, public execution, we could do this, we could burn him at the stake, but we are going to convert him to a Wraith. We are going to lose some money. He will get a weak hook, weak binding on Camilla. He becomes a bound Wraith. We lose stress because we're sadistic, and we will convert him to be an undead who will follow us. And then we will bind him to us immediately. He is too weak to resist. Oh, I guess he's not too weak to resist. There's a 56% chance. We will continue away anyways, and it will be as it should be. I've successfully invoked the dread powers from Oblivion to force Camilla into undying service. The question is, how strong is the binding? Obviously stronger than this. A powerful binding on Camilla, so we have a strong hook. We can, of course, now use him to do all these kinds of Wraith interactions, which we have no idea, but we can ask him to teach us Arcanos. Let's see, Wraith? Oh, he would teach another Wraith. Okay, that's fair enough. But he is a new Wraith. He's not been a Wraith for very long, and so I have to imagine that he won't be that powerful in that regard, but we'll use a hook. Oh, he won't even recognize Cultist anyways. Well, in that case, we will probably try and tempt him to convert him to our faith at the very least. and then we will take a look at some of these Wraith interactions. I think that we want to be a little bit careful with some of these because I believe he can get lost in the underworld, and so we don't want to do that. Impress artifact. Place memories of personality into a non-living item. Corpus heal. Create revelation to change the memory of Camilla and to create a relation with him. Erase from memory. Command one of your bound wraiths to erase Camilla from the collective memory, making him lose their relationship, consorts, and privilege. Okay, so we can ask Camilla to do all this. What does soul forging do? Converting Camilla into an artifact. Jesus. Possess. Command one of your bound wraiths to possess this character. Okay, so we can use Camilla to do this stuff. We can now use the bound wraiths character interaction, let's say on these guys now. We can use Camilla to do this. Is there a way for us to try and make Camilla stronger? It's kind of the question I have. I think we'll take a look around at some of the wraith stuff and be back. We also, with our new religion, have gained access to, of course, a new interaction with regarding execution, the experiments on them, which gives us 100 learning lifestyle experience. That's pretty hard to get, and we gain piety when we do this as well, because their faith is considered to be hostile or evil, because it is not a faith of sin. And so we will be kind of executing every prisoner that's not someone we have an eye on that we particularly want. Like, for example, this guy, we're interested in negotiating his release, demanding his conversion, this type of thing. We want him to convert. If he will not convert, we will try and, use our ability to tempt his way back to our side, because he's pretty strong, the revolutionary mystic. But like this guy's a nobody. So we'll just move right along and execute them as well. We'll do experiments, and in doing this, we are going to be able to really push our lifestyle experience for learning. And so this is going to gain us some knowledge. We've already gotten scholarly circles for this. We're up to 52, a whopping 52 learning, which is really huge. And we should be able to push for scholar at a pretty good pace, which is going to give us extra development growth, which is going to be really nice when stacked with kind of the development growth we already have. I think there's some various aspects of this mod that generally depress development, but here's the development heat map. The most developed place is our capital here. We also have Rome in our culture, so we would like that place to develop. And I believe we're culture converting over here in Kufa as well, and we'll probably do it to Baghdad. And so looking to kind of expand out the culture. Eventually we'll culture convert Tunis, but we'll leave Carthage alone right now because the development's not too high. But this is going to be the way that we seek knowledge through our new faith, which is of course going to be really, really nice, at least for us. Definitely not for the people who we're experimenting on, but so it goes. Alright, so we are going to start engaging in some more of the spirit stuff, because I think that it will be helpful that we have this Wraith, maybe. So we're going to open the Umbra map here we have here, and we're going to go to Near Dreaming. Now, we have fully scouted out Blockateur, so we're going to move to Near Dreaming, and now we're just going to start scouting out Near Dreaming proper. It didn't seem like the fall of Blockateur gave us any events that were interesting. Nothing really popped up, nothing came up. It was supposed to be dangerous, it didn't feel dangerous, and we're not getting any bonuses from it, so okay. And let's take a look. The homeland of the Stargazers. The domain of the Stargazers is a realm designed to test if all 5 forms of the Garu. Mountains higher than the Himalayas occupy the center of the realm, a ring of foothills around the base of the peaks, covered in luxurious, luscious glass, etc., etc. You learn journey into dreaming, you gain journey into spirit wilds. So we'll be moving into the spirit wilds here, and we are hoping that we can use our conspiracy to act as explorers in some of these areas. So we're in the homeland of the Stargazer, and so I'm guessing that's this one in the spirit realms, but okay. Okay, let's take a look. And we can use someone else, and some of these guys could gain a lot of progress. The Devourer, what the hell? This guy, who's just a dude in our court, we can assign here, so I guess we will, because he will be exploring this area. Maybe because he's slow, he's fast at exploring? That makes sense. So we'll have him assigned there. We will move to the Astral Plane. If we can, we cannot. Let's move to the Spirit Wilds, okay, and see if we can assign a local explorer. Now, we're exploring something else. We don't want to assign anyone there, but we can put in Neath Isis's Wrath, or Neath Isis Wrath. This is Isis. Let's see. Neith will burn down the world to finally stop Set. She only worries that she'll consume herself first. This is a mummy, who is also our lover, one of our concubines. We will assign her, I suppose, to explore this area because we are currently exploring something else. And so, okay, it seems that we can explore a little bit in places with multiple people, except for not in the dream area, but multiple people seem to be capable of exploring the spirit wild. So let's push forward here. And so we have the ethereal realm here. Let's see. The ethereal realm, okay. Homeland of the Stargazers. I think let's move Spirit Wilds, Ethereal Realm, and let's see if anyone can explore this. She's already exploring something. We can't assign her. Ludi we can assign. Ludi's pretty good though. We are a little bit concerned about losing these guys in the Spirit Realm, but sometimes you get banished to the Spirit Realm. Sometimes that's how this winds up. And let's open the Umbra map again. We can't go to the Astral Plane because we do not have Astral Reaches access. We would need to get Psychedelic Projection or something, Shadow Walk, something like this. Dream of the Mater's Mind. Maybe we can unlock this with some kind of item, but we don't have it. And then we also do not have Underworld access. So Walk with Hades, Tribal Gift, Shadow Walk. So we do not have access to these north-south kind of regions. We only have the east-west ones, and we're kind of exploring the lower levels of them. I wonder why we're not as good as some of the other guys at exploring, because, I mean, he's slow, but he's fast. That one guy getting 65 progress. Is he fast? Is he slow? Who knows? I think for the sake of theme, we are going to engage in an activity, and we're going to do a grand tour of every... Holy shoot, that costs a lot of money. That is quite a pretty penny. Maybe we actually save this for later. I think that we want to do a grand tour to celebrate what we have done, what we have created with Babylon and our new religion, to fight off these, you know, heathens or whatever, except they're like the opposite of heathens. They're trying to destroy the monsters in the world, but we'll ignore that. Wait, this guy's an infernalist, and he loves us? What the hell? Oh, he's one of our cultists. How'd that happen? That's a little awkward. He follows Wrath. Okay, well, as far as an Inquisitor goes, that's a bit of an awkward Inquisitor then, huh? But I guess we will continue. So the real thing that's eating a ton of our money is this promoting this legend. And I suppose we could stop promoting it, but we want to get it to the higher levels and see what's up with that. Mighty Endeavor for Namaru, and so I think we'll keep it in, but this is going to eat at a lot of our gold. Now, as far as what we've been doing some of this stuff in the background, you know, making some moves, money moves that is, and we have almost gotten all of the states we need for this Primordial Sin Dragon, or have been working towards them. We still need Moskva. Here, let's click it, which is over here, but we have found ourselves a path to Moskva where we're adjacent to it. Another one we need is up here, going after Iceland, or Island as I like to call it, and the last one is in here. This one will require us actually fighting someone who's quite large, which has been a little bit of a concern here with the feats of the Black Cross. And I'm not sure I want to cross swords with them right now, because we're kind of in a period where we're like, okay, you know, the Inquisitors are here, maybe we chill. Just from an RP perspective, maybe we chill. I think we win this, mainly because he has an ally, but he has 23 champions, and we have a lot more champions. Oh wait, it did show he has, their military strength is inferior to ours. Yeah, he's got 14 champions, his allies have 23 for a total of 37, but I imagine that our 36 with very, very strong stat lines is going to be more than enough. You could see how many 50 pluses we have now. This is really how you accumulate power in the mod, is with these stronger sorts of guys. We also have Hector Accolade active, and so I think that we almost certainly can take them. Maybe we just... So actually, if we want nice, neat borders, we actually have to fight them twice. We have to fight them first for this duchy, and then we can take either this duchy or this county. So maybe we do that. We let the fiefs of the Black Cross know who is the proper, you know, lord over all the creatures that go bump in the night. Because, I don't think Barbarossa here, Monarch Frederick Barbarossa Redbeard, got the memo. He, of course, is a character with lore, claiming to be the famous Holy Roman Emperor, and secretly backed by Julia Antasia Anguar. Frederick Barbarossa tells that he has been a ghoul in Antasia's service for a long time before being embraced at Iconian and thus leaving his sire to wander the world. Antasia never confirmed nor denied her implication, however, leaving the matter unclear. Oh, that's like very little for past history, but in future canon, Barbarossa will mostly stay hidden to Cainite society until the Anarch Revolt, where he will embrace the Camarilla's cause with great zeal, earning him the position of Archon. Re-establishing order in a beleaguered Frankfurt, Barbarossa will assume the princedom over the city for several centuries, where he will try his best to push the Antasian ideals of humanism, equality of all vampires, and an absolute ban on killing mortals. This will create an unending feud with the Prussian vampires, led by the ruthless Gustav Breidenstein, who will make several attempts at attack on his domain. Barbarossa's ideals will end up making him a pariah of most of the feudalistic Camarilla, and numerous other princes will open or secretly... Well, this sounds like a guy we want to fight anyways. Egalitarianism, reverse of sin, like, okay, we're gonna have a go at him. Princes will start openly declare the Prussian side. The war will be going on for centuries behind the mortal zone squabbles until Barbarossa's ultimate defeat in 1998, leaving the Breidenstein puppet, Vinez von Stalsberg, as sole Prince of Frankfurt. So, we'll have a little go at this gentleman, let him know what's up, let him know who's in charge of Europe. Well, just as we were about to go on a nice hunt, you know, relax, chill, do all this type of stuff, we are declared by the Inquisitor here. To the abhorrent infernal Archduke Ares, your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for too long. That changes today, for I have come to deliver holy retribution upon you. I cannot lose, for God is with me. So, we will, this war will require our full attention. And so, why do we get the travel thing? Are we not heading back? So we will rally the troops, and we will head on home. Oh, I guess we were returning home. And this is what we have to beat. And I'm not sure how difficult it will be. It's 160,000 troops. But at the same time, they're all relatively low level. So let's raise our armies locally here. Oh, maybe this was a mistake. Alright, so they get to get in on us there a little bit. That was almost certainly a mistake. Let's head on in there. And I think that we can raise all men-at-arms here and get back the ones that maybe didn't get raised or didn't have an opportunity to get raised. Looks like we have an advantage here. Oh no. Maybe we don't. If we don't have an advantage here, kind of with everyone fully raised, we will have to regroup and try and figure stuff out, try and get some gold, and figure things out. Now, we're expecting to get crushed in the numbers initially, and that if anything carries us, it'll be the fact that we have this 36 kind of knights, and they only have these pathetic 6 knights. And so we're expected to get ground down to like our 40 or so knights, and then have a bit of a long and arduous bloodbath with them. And that looks like kind of what it's doing. It's looking like we're pushing through. We have gone down pretty much all of our stuff. Our Hectaria are starting to get wounded. We haven't had this happen in a war for some time. But it goes both ways. It cuts both ways, and ours are far stronger. Our Hectaria Overlord Hannibal killed Firmus, of course. See you later, Firmus. And we have taken them captive. I think we will do this. I think we'll split off a new army, and I think we'll just get rid of the bigger chunks of levies and just stand them down at this point. Maybe like 10,000, because they're not going to be too useful, and they're really expensive to have up, and they're just not going to be useful enough to really move the needle, as it were. So these ones we'll just have sit back. Eventually we'll disband them. And I think this war will be over right quick. We will show the Inquisition that we are not to be trifled with. Oh, wait. We messed up on the UI there. Perfect. And you can march the other way so we can stand you down faster. We march really fast, so we should be able to catch them pretty quick here. Disband this, and we will have this over and done with quite soon here. And we will make sure to execute them and test on their bodies. I think we're going to make sure to fully, not just end the war early, not enforce early, but really, really root out as many of these guys as possible. So we're going to take every duchy here, or every county, or not every county, every barony within this county. We're going to take it over. Oh man, we're so slow on the sieging bit. Maybe we need more cannons. We'll see. This should be fairly straightforward from here, though. Alright, with the defeat of the first Inquisition, I think it's time to increase the quality of our legend. This is going to be kind of expensive. It's going to cost us 10 or 1k. It's costing us 111 a month, though, to kind of keep promoting, and now it's going to cost us even more to increase in quality. We are illustrious with it, and so the modifiers will be a little bit better, is my understanding of how this works, and then we will look to get this fully completed. Considering how much the promo is costing, we really kind of want to push for a full completion, huh? But we can't increase quality unless we have all the money. So that is a bit of a task, so we'll keep going. But yeah, another couple wars popped up, so we didn't get to like fully root them out, but we could always declare war and then just seize them, and they're super, super weak and depleted right now. So maybe that's what we do and kick them out of our peninsula. So it looks like shortly after we clapped around the Fiefs of the Black Cross, the Crusaders or the Inquisitors got to them and took this massive chunk of Thuringia out from underneath them, which is just fine for us because we need a chunk out from that. And so doing that will give us the very last thing that we need in order to finish the Primordial Sin Dragon kind of template. Other than we also have to get Fervor equal to 100, but I think as soon as we finish the war, the Fervor will be at 100. We'll gain 2 levels of fame, we'll get the Mass Conversion Decision, and allow you to summon a Sin Dragon associated with your corresponding faith as a non-recruitable men-at-arms during war. I assume this is going to be associated with Wrath because the game doesn't process the 7 deadly sins as the faith, but if we get something other than that, that'd be neat. But we will declare this massive war. It says that we're not very advantaged, but we think that they're lying, and we'll go for Alsace and the very last thing that we need here. Alright, so we see our first kind of event here where we have an action not just open the Umbra map, but we can start an expedition, and we can even get a pet unicorn, which is fantastic. Took us a little while to figure out what exactly it meant in terms of how to activate this, but let's start ourselves an Umbral expedition. Oh man. Okay, so we have to get, and at the end of this we get a pet unicorn. It will be unavailable for 3 months, and so we can do... Oh, and we can gain a bunch of renown, too? Okay. You get a blessing, modifier, or prestige. You duel with a spirit, and the failure is you die. I don't think we can die. I think we're just immortal. So I think we probably try and do everything in here, unless we can't go back. A random event may happen. Why don't we do this? Can we go back? Ooh. These odds aren't so good anymore. Alright, we'll try and make our way through this. Random event may happen. I mean, we just get so much renown and then kind of a free push forward. And it looks like, okay, we can only move forward. Alright. But can't really stop how much power we have, so we do that, and then I guess we get the unicorn. So, mission accomplished. We got ourselves a unicorn. Pet unicorn. Well-trained, martial prowess, and prestige. To be fair, the martial's pretty nice here. So, the prowess has stopped mattering quite a while ago because we would have, like, several... I think we'd have, like, 150 prowess or something at this point, but that is our expedition there. We had to be in the location in order to do the expedition, but now we fully explored the home of the Stargazers. So let's move back to Near Dreaming, and then we have to find a place that we want to explore with our... let's see, if we assign ourselves here, can we do Any special action? No, so this is the one that there was no special action for. So let's move to Near Dreaming. Wildweir is being currently explored. Lake of Great Sorrows. We will assign ourselves here, and so we will gain progress here. And I guess on some of these you unlock events when you fully fill this bar. It's like 2,000 progress required, and we're getting weekly ticks here from whomever our local explorer is. Actually, you know what? We're gonna have ourselves be the local explorer for the main Near Dreaming location. So, like, for example, this location fully scouted out by an explorer. The main Near Dreaming does not seem scouted out, and so we'll do that, and then we'll move to Earth because we have to be in Earth in order to reactivate our shapeshifter thing. So definitely, in terms of UI, getting everything to go through the way we want it to, definitely a little bit of a challenge, but it's worth it because in the end, you get a pet unicorn. So I realized we hadn't taken Island, and so we can't do the decision yet, and now we can't do it because we're stuck in so much debt from this legend, and I'm not sure if we're just supposed to complete it or if we're just supposed to keep legending on. It is getting really, really expensive to keep promoting, and so I don't know how we pause promotion or anything like this, because we'd rather just, like, if we could pause it, we could finish it so easy because it would only take us like a year. And I don't know what to do here because I don't understand this mechanic that well. I guess... ooh, that's Cain the First was completed as a legend. Interesting. Yeah, a little bit rough. But we also see stuff like this where these hunters are still having at it, and they're still coming at us. And they're gonna keep popping up more and more, I suppose. We took out those hunters. These hunters have kind of, after taking a kingdom, have descended into quite a few squabbles, but it looks like they're putting it down overall. One of our subjects managed to grab all this, who wasn't actually Bizar. I thought Bizar was gonna be the big grabber, but it was instead her. She ended up just taking a big chunk up here, which is fully nice. Other subjects aren't really expanding too much, but we do have quite a bit, you know, out and about. Get a little bit of county grabbing here, coming from the Duke in Algeria. Kind of, we would want to eventually make Tahert, I think, as a kingdom, but it's not going to happen. Anyways, we'll put this down pretty easily, though. The militant inquisitors come about. Things are escalating with the witch hunting of the faithful beset from every corner of the blasphemers. Grand Inquisitor Adalmod has decided that it is time for all warriors of God to pick up arms and defend their sacred grounds by planning a magnificent campaign of religious conquest. This could be the beginning of unprecedented witch hunting aggression. So this is going to be perhaps quite rough for us. We're slowly clawing our way out of you know, kind of debt at this point to declare this final war. I guess we have to de-siege this. We're fighting defensive wars that mainly really want to go for this island, of course. We get an event about the Inquisition in Greece. The Shadow Inquisition has known of the presence of bloodsuckers in Greece since Fourth Crusade, for which they are obviously to blame. How else could it have gone so wrong otherwise? For a long time, the Latin Empire was intended as a base to strike when the Inquisition revealed itself, but this is part of the plan. It's obviously gone wrong. His Holiness hasn't forgotten the Christian souls of the East, wayward as they may be. As a result, he recently created the Order of Our Land in Bethlehem, with the righteous task of purging the foul Cainites from these foul lands. By extension, us as well. Then perhaps Byzantium can be truly saved. The faith in the County of Ceres will convert, and we get this ominous, there's not much time left to prepare. By the way, we see kind of this occurring in multiple places. This is a hunter that has taken over kind of the Egyptian area. This area, you know, got... Ooh, looks like he's kind of fighting back, but Lotharingia got taken. I think that these guys are still vampires, but in kind of various places we do see, looks like this guy was able to maybe defeat. No, the hunters are still here. And so these various pockets of hunters are going to activate at some point to do a massive crusade, we assume, against us, and hopefully Hopefully it's not for Constantinople. Alright, so we have been saving up our gold here for the purposes of trying to overcome our huge deficit. And by saving up the gold, I mean we've been saving up our Twist Fate activations, our Arcana, lifestyle points. We now have 15. Each one of us will give us a whole chunk of big points. We also broke down a bunch of artifacts both in our inventory as well as in our the Royal Court, and now we can upgrade our legend, increasing its quality to the next level. And I don't think we can, it's already at the maximum, so we can now complete our legend. Makes it possible to start again, gain access to the Consolidate Kingdom decision, allowing you to return to Druid Kingdom to your realm, gain access to the Legendary Hunting Lodge, which is going to be nice, gain access to the Legendary Palace option with clear grounds for the Legendary Building decision, get action to the Commission Legendary Artifact to commission a Chronicle to commemorate your legend, but we have the Mighty Endeavor from Namaru, which is our Demon House. Infernal Archduke Ares of Babylon was born when the religion had fallen from the seven deadlies' will. Preachers espoused heresy in sin's name as faith laid rotten and abandoned. The people turned to other religions, giving way for sin to conquer the realms and hearts of men. Upon hearing the vague rumors that plagued the land, Ares set out his heart to accomplish this difficult endeavor. Infernal Archduke Ares of Babylon was ambushed, harassed time and time again by evildoers who sought to prevent him from his righteous quest. Time and time again, however, the resourceful Ares outwitted them and escaped their clutches. Infernal Archduke Ares of Babylon, however, did not stop there. He went on with great bravery. He defeated Wardale Dionysia of Crete in a war. Well, that was such a small war. But maybe this was the inspiration for the Mighty Endeavor. The journey back home was not easy, but Infernal Archduke Ares entered the city among triumphant chants, and now let us rejoice, for his legend is to be celebrated. We're going to click complete, and we are going to, makes it impossible to start again. We're just going to complete it. I mean, or actually, what would be the point in keeping to promote it? I wish I understood this mechanic better. I mean, we could spread it further, but I think that just like the cost of this promoting is just too expensive, and we really want to rake back, you know, some of our ability now that we've gotten the maximum modifiers for the Mighty Endeavor for Namaru. We're just going to complete it, and we'll maybe do another one later. Here's the end of the book of the Infernal Archduke Ares and his noble family, Namaru, whose fame and legacy is known across the land. And here is the end of the Mighty Namaru for Namaru. Okay, so that's our legend library, and that is our legend there. So now we can actually make money and start doing stuff with money after being blood dry by the creation of our own legend, by our own sort of powers. Now, I believe that we can do the decisions here. We can clear the grounds for the legendary building, but why can't we do Primordial Sin Dragon? We have everything now. The fervor is not high enough now. Shoot. Is it just like, it's at 90%. It's gaining, but the fervor is not high enough. So I guess we'll have to declare ourselves a holy war somewhere, but we're in good shape because we're making money, so we should be able to afford to fight quite nicely. Well, I made the mistake of declaring holy wars thinking that would increase our fervor, and they actually decrease our fervor, and so I think it'll be a little bit of time before we are able to activate this decision, but we are going to be doing that next episode for Primordial Sin Dragon, and so this one will be useful. We'll get Sin Dragon Trainer, how to train your dragon. This will be a little bit interesting. Looks like a pretty strong modifier, to be honest. Domain, same faith, plus 50%. That's a lot. Corrupt the World would require us to get everything de jure county of your celestial empire. The Dream must be sinful. That would be a little bit difficult, but then we would get Wrath, Eternal Wrath, for our entire house, giving plus 10 prowess, and Martial per stress. Our stress levels have been staying relatively low because we've gotten a lot from being like wrathful and sadistic and like doing bad stuff, but a natural dread plus 20 would give us over 100 natural dread. I think that we're pretty close. We got like 86 natural dread. But anyways, I think we're going to conclude the episode here. This episode, we finished our legend, and we fought quite a bit against, you know, these Inquisitors that are kind of rolling up, and man, oh man, are they rolling up. We fought against these guys, didn't really show any of it, but they attacked us. They did manage to take over all of this Bahrain. Egypt got taken over by Inquisitors here. You can see the hunters are hunting, and let's see, the entire Iberian kingdom also got taken over by Inquisitors here. We took out the pocket of Inquisitors up there. There's still a pocket here that has yet to activate for the first time, so they still have kind of the 270,000 special soldiers that are, you know, obviously special. I think that for the most part, the other kingdoms... Ooh, these guys... Oh, wow. Whoever was in charge got deposed here, Frederick Barbarossa. Maybe he was a part of these guys. These guys, hunters, took over. Let's see, I think that... Ooh, that guy's tall as all hell. I think that that might be kind of... Well, actually, maybe if we look by religion, we'll see kind of a good idea of which one. So we see Inquisition there. We see the guys who are starting to convert Inquisition. We see these guys with the white stripes, that's more Inquisition. So anything that's like white striped is maybe Inquisition here. We see the Free Anarchs, those maybe not Inquisition here. Yeah, so, but that's kind of what's been going on this episode. Ooh, this guy's got hella... What? Jesus. That guy's got a lot of prowess. I thought we had a lot of prowess. I mean, we still have more than him, but, yep. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. You know, do the YouTube algorithm thing. And other than that... Ooh, here's another hunter. They took over England. Dagnabbit. And other than that, have a good one.